My dear brothers and sisters, we have heard the gospel reading today in which stirs emotions, in which we have to have a second reading in what does gospel reading telling to us. It is the unconventional way of our perception of who Jesus is. Well, we thought that Jesus is the King, the Prince of Peace. Why is it that he's saying, I have come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already blazing. Do you think that I have come to establish peace on the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. From now on, a household of 5 will be divided, 3 against 2, 2 against 3. Father will be divided against his son, and a son against his father, mother against her daughter, and a daughter against her mother, and a mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. We have to look at the gospel reading today. But of course, Christ does not, he won't mean that we have to live in division, in chaos. But it is more on a question on how we really value, give importance to things. Because we have to add with the gospel reading, we have heard that when Jesus being asked by the people, they've been looking for you. Your father, your mother, and your brothers are waiting for you. And Jesus Christ said, who are my mother? Who are my brothers? Who are those who are doing the will of God? And I think this is exactly the very message of Jesus. In that, at times, in particular, we have to look, there are compromises. If we just only focus too much on our family, but rather, God must be placed first, put first. God must be above of everything, above of all. And that is, it would compromise our relationship with Him. Secondly, my dear friends, I would like to make a kind of accommodation. If Jesus saying to His disciples today, I have come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already blazing. I would like to do some accommodation that in this celebration of the feast, memorial of Saint John Paul II, let us keep our smile in the days of our life. If we have to look at the portraits and photos of Saint John Paul II, there is an aura of sanctity. Amen. There is an aura of simplicity. Amen. He is the Pope that is well loved. Pope had written a lot and had been a testimony of the great love of God to humanity. He was actually the smiling Pope. And he is being loved by the young people. The very secret of staying young, kahit lang po sa mukha, hindi na sa taon, is that when we keep smiling to people, let's keep smiling to the world. As we're saying, the best dress to wear every day is that actually the costly dress that we both. It is all about how we smile. Because even we have worn the cheapest dress, but we keep smiling, then it is the smile that tells the difference. And this is what Pope John Paul II is reminding us today. Let us not forget to smile. Especially in this time of pandemic, alam po natin, na napakahirap pong umiti. Pero kapag umingiti po tayo, naniniwala po tayo na ang Diyos ay laging nasa atin. Amen? That is why the very word enthusiasm coming from this Greek word entos, chasm, ento and theo, which means in, within, God. Kaya po pag tayo po napapangiti, tayo po'y umaasa, tayo po'y naniniwala na balang araw, lahat ay magiging mabuti. That we have to keep our smile in our heart. It may be difficult to smile at this time. That is why the hit song, the yesteryear song of Nat King Cole, which is to smile, that your heart is aching, would describe actually of what we feel for most of us. That let us smile even though our heart is breaking. Smile even though our heart is aching. And let us always keep the smile in our heart. Because we know that when we smile to people, we smile to everyone, we smile in the world, it helps because we're giving a sense of hope and meaning to everyone. That is why in my room, I have a lot of photos of St. John Paul II. It's my secondary patron because my first patron, personal patron, is St. Francis of Assisi. Hindi ko po alam. Siguro pinagtagpo ng tadhana ng Diyos na ang naging dahilan ng aking pagkapare ay walang iba kundi si St. John Paul II. 1995, I was then a fourth-year high school of Nueva, Vizcaya General Comprehensive High School. That was the time that St. John Paul II made a historic visit to the Philippines. And this is the World Youth Day. I was then member of the band, of the St. Dominic Cathedral Band. But I was not able to join the youth ministry because blessed are those who joined the youth ministry because they were able to go to Manila to participate in the historic and remarkable event of the visit of St. John Paul II. But you know what? I was then at the arrival of the plane of the Pope. It was actually, I had this goosebump. I was crying even only looking at the television upon the arrival of the Pope. And if I have to recall, I think that was the initial ignition of my vocation to the priesthood. That is why I was so happy that on the very first day of St. John Paul II was actually on my birthday. And that was actually the start of my journey. In the next following year, I entered the seminary. I know that St. John Paul II also had gone through a lot of suffering, persecutions in life. But he managed to keep on smiling, the smiling Pope. And I think this is also the gift that we have to give to one another. Let us keep on smiling. Brother Nathan, one of our Haranas, told, giving us a secret para daw mapangiti po tayo sa panahon ng pandemya, ay kapag ngingiti daw po yung mga walang ipin. No? Yung mga walang ipin, when they smile at you, you will also smile. Mapapangiti ka talaga. O kaya, I think, pag po natin kakalimutan, look at yourself in the mirror. Ask how old I am. And look at your face. If you say, it looks like I am older than my face, perhaps nakalimutan mo nang tumawa. But again, let us not forget to smile. Because we know when we smile, we believe that God is always with us. Because He's always within us. He's always in our heart. Always smile, especially in this time of pandemic, as we continuously inspire and give everyone a sense of hope that after all, one day, we shall surpass this great, challenging time of our life. God smiles at us every day. Saint John Paul II reminding us to smile every day. Let us smile every day of our life. Amen.
Let us